I'm already live too, just to let you know. I know you in your robe. What up? What up? I'm getting some time to hey family, I try to get some time to let everybody come in the room before I bring on our next guest. You know, oh yeah, they already sent me the invite. I love it. They ready to go. Hold on, I'm gonna give it a little bit of time. Thank you so much. Thank you. I greatly appreciate you. Without you, I wouldn't be so successful in life. You know, what up, everybody? Today we got a great guest. Let me get my angles right. You know how Drake said that, hit them angles. But anyway, hello from Fiji. What's up from Fiji? That's live. Today's guest, they went viral. They did the Don't Rush challenge. One of the main people that actually put the whole situation together. You know, much love to them that they took the initiative to just jump on there. What's up, nice family? What's up? Good. You know what I mean? Y'all names I'll be trying to catch everybody's name. You know, work with me. I'm a little illiterate. But yeah, they did everything. They actually pushed forward on it. Great couple. You know what I mean? Very. They hold I wouldn't say podcast, but they do like little wine and dines, drink a little. I got my wine for them. I hope they have their wine for me. But you know, they do a lot of things, a lot of mixtures. I love it. They're always on their lives. They're always answering questions. All right, we had a dub, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring them in so they can introduce themselves. You know what I mean? Now I'm trying to say hi to everybody. And I'm sorry for running behind. Anybody that has a question, make sure you put it in the box. I'm looking at straight roof. Oh no, what happened? Did I lose them? Let me send them an invite. I was looking at straight roof, and then they cut me off. But yeah, anybody that has a question, put it in the invite. What's up? Is this how when it starts like that, you know it's gonna be a good night. You know it's gonna be a good night. It's gonna be great. How y'all doing this evening? Or
how are you?
I'm doing good. Like I got my wine too. I seen y'all cooking earlier with the wine.
Hey.
Tony, what we doing, Tony?
I just got water right now.
Hey, what's up, guys? All right, you know, for those that don't know, I know a majority of people seen your beautiful, wonderful viral video. You know what I mean? It was everywhere. But look, we're gonna touch on that in a minute. Hey, what's up, baby? Sorry, all the wives are getting home. Both the wives are getting home. But yeah, introduce yourselves. And mind you, don't mind me at the end. I want to join in. Tony, I need a little energy. I want to join you at the end, Tony, because I know the intro. I know how to go. But introduce yourselves.
All right, so I'm Kel. I'm Kim.
I'm Tony.
And we're Poly Patterson.
We know you gonna do this shit. Nah, I'm messing with y'all. But yeah, man, I'm so glad to have y'all on, man. I've been watching so many of y'all's I wouldn't want to call them podcasts. I know last time in one of your interviews you guys said that it ain't a podcast. But y'all do like little recordings, like what would you call them? Like little
Triad talk? Yeah, they're Triad talks. We just talk about
I love it. Y'all have the Triad talk. Yeah, with the wine talk, Sunday talk. Y'all be doing it. And I love that y'all are so connecting to the community with everybody that wants to know, especially that what's going on. You know, of course, I always begin by letting y'all explain, you know, what kind of poly, for those that don't know, if you guys can want to touch on what kind of poly you guys do.
So we're in a closed triad. That means that Kel and I are both girlfriends. Tony is my boyfriend, and Tony is Kel's boyfriend, and she is his girlfriend. So we're all in a relationship together.
Exactly. How long have y'all been doing this?
Since February of 2019.
Okay. So y'all ain't new to this. It was still, you know, a year in, it's still true to this.
Yeah, also, just to let you know, like, shout out to you guys, like, support a fam. We watched so many of you guys' videos and interviews, like, while we're still figuring ourselves out. So the fact that we're, like, live with you right now is so crazy. Because, like, seriously, you guys are, like, a lifeline for us. Yeah. So
we just be making, we all learning together as we grow. You know, I appreciate that. Thank y'all so much. Who brought the idea of becoming a triad?
Cameron brought it to me. Cameron and I were dating, for a long time, for about 6 years. And Cameron was just kind of like, hey, I would like to try this. And of course, like, I wasn't against it. And yeah, so then we just went for it on Bumble, and then we found Kelsey.
Oh, that's live. That's live. And how was that whole little? Is this y'all's first poly situation? Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is good. Hey, it was my first time too. So we in this together. Sometimes people be like, no, it's like my third, fourth time. I'm like, shit, I got to run the first one, I guess. I'm still
You're lucky.
Yeah, exactly. So how was the whole transition from bringing somebody in for you guys? Was it different?
Yeah, it was rough, to be honest. Well, not rough, but it's not easy. There you go. It's not easy. Kind of like growing with someone while you're continuing to grow with someone else, and then also trying to grow as a whole is very hard to do.
Yeah. It's very hard because you kind of did y'all feel like y'all were relearning each other throughout the beginning in the process?
Yeah. It was like interesting because Tony and I have been together basically since we were kids. We were like 18 and 19 years old when we met. So just both of us like entering into like the dating scene as adults and like learning things that I guess adults learn while they're dating that we kind of didn't know because we've been together for so long. I think that was a big adjustment, just realizing like what we were kind of like supposed to do in a way, like.
Yeah, because it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it is a process. Like I always tell everybody at the beginning, you as couples, we go into this thinking, okay, everything's gonna be kind of equal. We have this fantasy of how it's gonna be right and everything's gonna be balanced. And the whole time, shit, we didn't even think about shit. I have to relearn you with somebody else. I don't want to see that shit. No,
Yeah.
no. I mean, when you get used to, like, of course, it's something we don't prepare our minds for. You know what I mean? So it is different. How did it feel coming into a relationship like this, being your first time into an already relationship established?
I agree with them. It was definitely a struggle just coming into something that was already established. They had like already established like goals in their relationship, almost like boundaries in their relationship that I had to come in and learn. And yeah, it's just a transition just because, like it takes a lot of confidence to be someone coming into an already established relationship and feel like validated, feel worthy and things like that. Because I mean, just as humans, we kind of like, insecurity is part of being human. So like there are some times where it's just like, I don't know if I'll ever fit in with this, But
Yeah.
with time and knowing that like we genuinely love and care for one another, I know that, it's not an intentional thing. It's just reality, like they've been together for so long. So it's just a reality. It's just a fact.
Yeah. I mean, because it's really at the end of the day, you still bring something genuine. I mean, like Chantel coming in, she still brought something genuine to our relationship. We could never match the history. Chantel will never match mine and Shalon's history. That was 17 years at that point. It's 20 years, 21 years. Don't quote me. It's up there, right? But it's still like genuine. Everything that Chantel brought has just brought more to our relationship. It blossomed even better. Now I wouldn't say like, I hate to use, because people are sensitive about words, but I would say, but it did make our family more unique, more balanced. We grew together. I mean, I self growth for me, and handling two females. Tony, I know you probably like, man, you see yourself as a whole different individual, don't you?
Yeah. No, like how fast they almost like forced me to grow was just like was almost uncomfortable. I never like had to do so much like self-reflection all the time.
Mm-hmm. And handle every emotion. How is it challenging for you guys? Like,
so
individually, because I know being the first one there, how was it kind of, what was the worst challenge that you had to see coming into it? I know, all right, look, I watch everything. I'm going to drop this first. I watch everything. I tell everybody I bring on, I watch everybody's interview. If I miss it, I'll try to catch it, especially because I try to know the community and know the people I'm going to bring on. I know you guys said it was challenging at first because you and Tony had to establish a relationship.
Yeah.
Right, because you guys, the females, you guys both already had something kind of good, so it was kind of like Tony would annoy. Like he would, whatever at the beginning. How did like all that come into transition? Like, what work did it take for that to bring that balance out?
Yeah, so it's like really interesting because at the beginning, like Kel in my relationship was like rainbows and butterflies and just perfect, and we were like just so infatuated with each other. And Kel and Tony were the ones who were having struggles, but now it's like the other way around. I feel like now like Kel and we're like working on like establishing a home together and just like trying not to like butt heads about certain things that just like women usually establish in the household,
Yeah.
So like now I think that she in my relationship is like, it's just not as easy as it was at the beginning. It definitely takes a lot more work.
That's absolutely, one thing I always tell everybody, I think for a very successful relationship, it's how we get through the bad times, how we face them together, and it just solidifies our union. You know what I mean? So, like I said, never get discouraged off that. Everything's a learning process. We've been together 3-4 years now. We still learn shit every day. Every time I'm ready to pack my shit, I'll be like, man, fuck this. I'm over this shit. I'm done. Oh, no, I have to say this. Kel, do y'all believe in 6 degrees of separation? Like you're connected in some way to people and all that?
Oh, like everyone in the world like knows someone.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I know Kel. Instantly they're like, oh, who you bring on? They danced with the fox dance. They're like, tell her the fox dances.
Yeah, I was a Black Fox. So I'm from Houston, Texas. So I went to Prairie View A&M University. I was a Black Fox. So
yeah. One of my partner's wives. Yes, she was. I know.
That's funny.
I had to make sure I mentioned that.
Yeah.
I know. You guys said y'all were moving. So do y'all live? I know you. On one of y'all said, of course, COVID, kind of like the quarantine made y'all come together. It was for like 8 weeks. How did that start to feel? Like, do you feel like it helped the situation, kind of like a test run?
Yes, 100%. Like, I'm happy
to bring those demons in our house. Like, we had to get through some demons to get to like our new place. We wanted to have like good energy, just like be happy, but like we had to leave some demons here in this house, like some things in the closet. Like, it was a lot of just adjusting and arguing and just like kinks that we had to comb through, and it hurt a lot.
I do think that though, like without quarantine, like things would have been different. Like we forget that like we're in the middle of a pandemic right now, so like we're not ourselves on a normal basis. Yeah. So I do think it was just like magnified, the kinks that we had, because we are just here in this these 4 walls every day together. Where if we would have went to work and like had just some outside experience, I think it would have been less. But I am grateful that we did get to like go through what we needed to go through here, so that way we know we can be like quarantined together anywhere.
Yeah, most definitely. Because I think when you're around someone on a consistent basis, you could get tired of them. You know what I mean? And that's when it becomes, I don't get no break from you. It becomes overwhelming. Like shit, and you're not even really mad at them. You're just mad that you at home stuck with them. Like, not that way. There's no perfect way you can word that. But no, I fully understand. I know y'all used to date, because I talk to a lot of people and they get kind of worried about doing the long distance relationship, especially in a poly situation. What challenges did that have all in general, having a date? Because y'all were out of town from each other, right? And it was like every weekend or something like that, you would come in. So how was that?
Honestly, for me, it was great. Like, I didn't really have any issues with it. I think it gave me time to, like, really miss them. And so when I did see them, it was, like, always a good time. But then there were just, like, my times where it's like, oh, I wish I could be there with them every day. But at the same time, like, I also like a little bit of my independence, too. So, like, I would get what I needed done throughout the week, and I could really hone in and focus. And then the weekends were, like, playtime with my love. So it kind of worked out really great. But then it was just like, I started to miss them too much. And it's like, okay, we need to figure out some different plans.
Yeah. And now the place y'all moving together. Do y'all have children? No one has children, right?
No.
Y'all plan to have children though, right? Are y'all ready for that? Y'all ready for that?
Probably 3 to 4. I need probably 3 to 4 years.
Shit, I wish I did. Now I'm playing.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank
You
you.
have it on the way.
Yeah, my pull-out game was weak. I could have played more Gino.
Good. I guess Tony's is pretty good because he hasn't gotten either of us pregnant yet. So.
No, most definitely. It does bring more to the family of the union. You know what I mean? And again, like even at that, I think a lot of people think, you know, it was just everybody was kind of happy. It still brought a lot of problems. You know what I mean? Because we planned and thought it out, right? We all understood we're for the baby. If it happens, it happens. But when it happened, we still had certain things and kicks, you know, emotions that rise, and you know what I mean? But yeah, now we're at a peaceful state. Everything is a challenge. These relationships are just, yeah, they're overwhelming. They're overwhelming at times. look, I can't really say much about that. You know what I mean? But where y'all from? New Jersey, right? Y'all are in New Jersey right now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll try to remember the interviews that y'all talk about and everything. You know what I mean? So whose idea was it? I know y'all said it was I try to remember whose idea was it to bring in the Don't Rush challenge?
Okay. I will
this
say
is the time to come clean, you know what I mean?
I will say this. So remember there was like a video of like couples doing the similar challenge. Like they did the challenge basically. And people were like, oh, we need a poly version of this. We need a poly version of this. And I just felt like I was the one, like I was the chosen one. I had to do it. I owed it to the poly community. I was like, I'm going to get everyone together and we're going to do this. And we did it. And now we're here. So.
What was your first initial thoughts when you seen it go viral?
Ah, shit.
I was just like.
It was crazy, right? It was crazy, right? Because I remember, again, I watched everybody's interview. I remember Tony said he was out of town shopping for belts, and he was getting 2 belts, and they were like, "Yo, who you getting 2 belts for?" And he was like, "I'm not in a fair situation." So in my head, when the shit went by, I'm like, "What the fuck he gonna say now?"
That's funny.
That was crazy. What the people
Nothing.
tell you? I ain't seen that.
Nothing. I'm just gonna have to shrug it off.
Hey, don't worry about the woe thing. You know what I mean? Look, I do the woe. Look, these are my wives. They tell me it looks like you're a baby sneezing. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. I'm like, man, shut up. Give a fuck. No, but I think that was so dope that y'all actually took the initiative to bring, you know, everybody together from Atlanta Thruple. You know, the 2 other poly couples I didn't know. So, you know what I mean? It was kind of dope to actually see them and actually just expand. And you guys take the initiative to connect everybody because, man, you know, everybody's schedule would be crazy. You know,
yeah.
So dope. You know, and I know y'all do the what we say, the TRIAD talk. What inspired that?
Probably just like at the beginning of our relationship, pretty much all we had for like guidance was you guys, like I said earlier, and like the TRIAD fam, and we didn't know like who to go to. Like we needed help, and we did it to like help others who were in our situation and need like advice, I guess.
Yeah.
Like key things that we asked about, you know, we took that and then did a TRIAD talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's so dope because a lot of people, that's really what it is at the end of the day. Like a lot of people don't know what they're doing right. Sometimes people do get discouraged. Sometimes they feel like shit's going wrong and they don't realize, man, every day's a fucking challenge. Every day, like some days we just feel drained. Some days we just feel like, man, yo, fuck this. I don't want to deal with it. Now, I go on daily runs. Like, man, fuck this. I just need to get out the fucking house. I need to get away from y'all. Let's pause real quick. Not that I don't love you. I'm not loving this moment right now. I don't like the energy. You know what I mean? So I think it's so dope you guys are taking the initiative behind it and actually open up your – it's a lot to open up your world. You know what I mean? That's why when the video had went viral, y'all were talking about all the negativity. It comes with it. everybody's not going to agree with how we live and what we do. You know what I mean? But the point is, we're doing and living our own truth. So I really commend y'all. I really, you know, support y'all. You know, applaud y'all.
Yeah,
I really applaud
thank
you guys, most definitely. But we still hitting the wall, Tony. I don't care what you say. We still hitting the wall, most definitely. That is so dope. What are y'all plans for? Are y'all coming to the Black Poly Nation event in July? I think it is.
I don't know. We don't know anything about that. Where is it? Where is it?
It's here in Houston. You gotta come
home. What weekend is it?
I have no idea. It's like July 31st, something like that. Yeah, it's a big event to come out here. And we got to mingle, meet people and everything. We'd love to have y'all down here to actually, because y'all are kind of in the forefront right now. You know what I mean? You do get so much on y'all from everything that y'all been doing, like I said. Are y'all thinking about doing a podcast or anything like that?
We have a YouTube channel coming at the end of June.
Oh, most definitely. Let me ask a question, Tony, because I keep reading the comments down here. I know y'all are pretty far from the phone. You know what I mean? They say Tony looks just so chill and disconnected. Why is that?
Yes, we need to know.
Let's tell the people.
Wait,
please.
why I'm so chill and connected?
Disconnected.
Oh, no. I mean, so that's my natural personality. Like, I'm very laid back, very nonchalant. That's just me. Because it's funny because, like, all my friends see the comments, too. And they're just, like, they kind of feel bad because they're like, that's just literally him all the time. So, yeah. It's just me. I'm connected. I'm engaged.
That's how I kind of figured. Like that's what I kind of feel like. I got a lot of people that's just not really, they're really chill. They really just, they don't smoke, but you will feel like they smoke. Like it is what it is. But they were just asking so much, and I was like, man, fucking let me ask. Man, let me ask you this question then. Since you're just so chill, since you're so much like that, who has the highest energy during a disagreement? Oh, no one wants to speak? I sure as hell know what they told me.
It's definitely not crazy. So it's definitely not me. It definitely alternates between them two. Like, so it depends on the disagreement, right? Like, whoever, like, because sometimes people feel more passionately about something than other things. So usually the person who feels more passionate will probably always bring more energy to the situation.
So they both are kind of equal on that. It just depends what the situation is.
Yeah, I'd say that.
So how do y'all? Okay, so if you don't, so does anyone ever really have any problems with you, Tony? I just gotta ask that shit.
Yeah. So
y'all like niggas, hold on.
I will say that like when Kim and I like get into like a disagreement with Tony, it just like blows over a lot quicker because he's so chill. But when we're in disagreement with each other, like it could last like days, weeks, like just depends on like how serious it is. But like with him, it's just like he doesn't give any energy to it, so like you can't like go back and forth with him, and it's just like fine, he's over it, so I guess I gotta be over it too, because I can't be the only one.
Hey, that's live. I mean, that's the best way to handle it, really, in the situation. You know what I mean? How do y'all handle the conflict between all y'all? Is there any mediator? Like, does someone come in the middle and actually bring the balance for it? I'm more sure Tony does.
Yeah, so not a lot, but I do play mediator. I guess a decent amount, which is kind of hard because you try and remove yourself from the situation and be completely objective. So yeah, I usually play mediator, but sometimes actually I often try and step away too, because sometimes I just think they need to talk, like without me being there.
Yeah.
You ever just feel like sometimes two people just need to talk, like if I'm there or not? So it's just like, I think it's also good for them to talk on their own.
I think that's really like the key part of the situation. Of course, I think males, I would hate to say males, in general, but I think the one that's mainly dominant or the lead of the household kind of actually has to step in and be like, yo, or just the person outside, fuck it. Because it doesn't really have to be the lead or anything like that. Just the person that's not in the argument that has to sit there and say this situation kind of got to get handled. But there's only so much input. I love to say suggestions because if I don't say suggestions, I'm picking sides, and at the end of the day, now I'm in the argument. All of a sudden, I don't know how the fuck I ended up in there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
So I always say suggestion. I'm just suggesting. Did you look at it like this? And did you try this? If you didn't try this, maybe you would have got, just think about it. And then I always tell them, yo, go get drinks or something over it. You know what I mean? Without me around, because I do believe there's only so much as a person on the outside can do. It's between y'all at the end of the day. So yeah, that's most definite. What do you say is the biggest challenge from Kel coming into, like, what has been the biggest challenge, for you coming into, because you've never done this, coming from a monogamous mindset, you know what I mean? Saying, hey, this is what I'm into, like, you know what I mean? Like, but this right here might make me motherfucking say, fuck this, you know?
So I don't think there's anything now that would make me say that. Like, I think one of the biggest things was like marriage, because I had come from, I'm from Houston, Texas, very traditional. I'm the only girl in my immediate family. I'm the oldest, so I just have a lot of expectations of me as being the oldest grandchild on both sides, and also being the only girl of both my parents. And so I think because I had idolized marriage my whole entire life as a little girl, like, oh my gosh, I just can't wait to get married, like had the whole thing planned. And because we can't legally get married, we can have a ceremony. So it just was like a lot of like breaking down of like conditioning, which really had nothing to do with them. It was more so like a personal thing that I really had to just kind of work through and get through. And I think that was like the biggest thing. Everything else is like, all relationships have challenges, and they're not hard people to like get along with.
Yeah, they don't seem like they're.
So, no one's like toxic or like crazy. So like that would make me be like, all right, I gotta go.
Can't be fucking I am.
But she's really not as like, she's no more crazy than I am. So like, I don't see it as like something major. But yeah, I think marriage.
So between y'all's relationship, I know between yours and Tony's, it was man, that shit is still so that y'all are the first ones I ever really spoke to, and it was like I had to take time to get used to the male in the relationship. You know what I mean? I'm more sure there's others. What did you and Tony do to actually make sure y'all's bond was there? I'm more sure Cam was like, yo, give everything time and everything to establish. But what like really kind of what wowed the situation? Like, okay, shit, I am digging this dude. You know what I mean? Chill and everything.
Honestly, once she pretty much moved in, because of the whole pandemic. So so just being around each other more. We actually got to talk pretty often without Cameron being there.
Yeah.
Because early on, I was often tiptoeing when Cameron would be around, because it's just like I never done this before. So like, I never really like, I guess, spoke or tried to like flirt or tried to get to know another woman in that kind of way while Cameron or with Cameron being there.
That is the man. I no fucking lie. That is some real ass shit. That was like, look, that was some real ass shit. Cause I'm gonna tell y'all, I still got more questions, but I'm gonna tell y'all, that's how it was. Like at the beginning, like even though my shit was fucked up how I started, I ain't gonna skip over that shit. Y'all keep it thorough, right? But either way, right at the beginning, when we finally like brought everything together, I would still jump. Like Shalon would come in the door, and I would probably shit. I wasn't with her. I don't know what the fuck. It took some time. It took some time to wrap my head around it. Like sometimes still I get a little jumpy, but it does take that time. It does take that person. Okay, let me get used to this shit, because I ain't used to this shit, especially in front of each other. Like this is too much. So that was that was real. I really love that shit. I owe you a shot, goddammit, when you come down. Yeah. But how was it for you, Cam? You know, seeing Tony and Kel actually start to build and establish. Like, was that initially a kind of work? Because a lot of people, you know, a lot of people that be on the outside, be in the air, well, they're gonna run off together or whatever and all that. Was that ever really a concern? Did you actually enjoy seeing that game build?
I loved seeing them together, and I think one of the problems at the beginning of our relationship was the fact that I wanted them to work so badly that I'd like butt into their relationship and try to like speed things up. But I had to like step out and let them like develop on their own timeline. And now that they're like doing good, I'm just like, it makes me so happy because this is what I wanted. Like I was the mastermind of this, and so I'm over the moon.
Yeah. Hey, and that's true. But that's why I say it's bad times. And really, you know what I mean? We got to go through that shit to push ourselves in that position today. Let's bring everything together. So I think that's really actually really amazing. You know what I mean? I really actually love that how y'all are actually expressing yourselves and putting that shit out there like that. Because a lot of people don't see that. A lot of people don't understand. Yeah, it might not start off as you wanted. You know, usually it's the females. I hear so many stories of, man, we were cool. Where you guys are at right now, you know, I'm more sure I'm gonna work through it anyway. But you know, I mean, that's what you hear. Like they at the beginning it was trouble. I don't know how to keep the balance. You never heard just the male and the female coming in a situation like that. So it was kind of dope. What does y'all's families think about it?
Different. I mean, different families. You know, everybody's family has, even in the family, they have different views and different, like, ideas about, you know, monogamy and relationships in general. So I think each of our family members individually have, like, a different outlook on it. I wouldn't say, like, each family is, like, grouped together. There's some who are completely, like, yes, I'm in support, completely, like, yes, I'm for this. There's some that like, I'm not really for this, don't really understand it, but if you're happy, I know you're responsible, you're going to make good choices. And then there's some that's like, I don't really agree with it, but I love you anyway. So,
That's how it goes.
Pretty much.
You said the same?
Yeah, like exactly how my family was. It was like hard because they've always known me to be a certain way, and whenever I like shook the table and said this is what I am and this is the kind of relationship I'm in, like I think it took it took their mind some time to adjust. I think now they're probably more accepting, but at the beginning it was like, I don't support this. I love you, but I don't think your relationship is okay. And so I think it's like getting better now.
Yeah, it takes time. And Tony,
yeah.
So me being the youngest in my family was like pretty accepting kind of compared to theirs. I think my parents are just like, they're just tired, and I'm just the youngest, and it's just like that's just what he's doing. Like it's probably, I don't know, but they were a little more accepting. I don't know, I don't know why, like compared to obviously they're women, of course, so there's probably that aspect to it. Me being, but yeah, my parents were just very like, they weren't like all out completely in the support. They did have some reservations, but it wasn't quite the resistance really as theirs.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna do, I guess, kind of established early on, kind of like I kind of always did what I kind of wanted to do a little bit.
Yeah.
So they're just kind of like go with the flow. So
yeah, and it's always gonna be like for the males. Like for me, it was the only thing I got told was from my pops. He was like, "Yo, they gonna kill you. You know that, right?" And they are. I think they are. They watch a lot of CSI. But nah, I'm playing. But but their family was just like y'all's family. Apprehensive. They didn't understand it. You know what I mean? Some supported because, regardless whatever you do, that family is still love. But I always tell them within time, you can tell them whatever till we're blue in the face, but they got to see it within time. If that's going to prove it that we, our intention. This so fucking you. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? And the first thing a lot of people think, oh, this is pimping or he manipulated and he this and it's like,
yeah.
I think we're being manipulated.
Like I'm some puppet master, and I'm like, bro, I'm so tired. Like, I'm so like worn down. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time to be a puppet master.
Hey, shit. Like, these motherfuckers is crazy. You know what I mean? This shit. Nah. But yeah, and there's so much of that shit of how they believe. But that's why I like doing this shit, because it kind of shows people like, man, look, we just normal people. The way we chose to live our life is our own choice. We're all adults. We know what the fuck's going on. You know what I mean? So shit, all that extra shit that you're trying to bring in, all that negativity, you can't really, fuck with it here. Just because you don't understand. Ignorance comes from people that don't understand something but just want to assume something. And you see that plenty everywhere. And it's just a fucking lot. But I don't like to, because I have to catch them, because sometimes they want to go in on comments. And I say, hey, no matter what we do, we're never going to try to prove them. It'll be a waste of our fucking time, waste of our energy. So fuck, we just got to live. Live through a microphone, through a megaphone. Show everybody we know what we're doing. I'm not manipulating. I'm not no pimp. I'm not none of this bullshit. We just this is our life interesting. Don't be over here hating on us, goddamn it. Most definitely. Most definitely. I have one more question, right? And look, everybody writes, they're writing questions all in the motherfucking thing, but I cannot go back because it's just a lot of shit. But let's call on. I have one more question. I'm going to go back to the marriage thing right now in a bit, but I want to touch on the kid thing. I know on, man, I watched so much of y'all shit, and I don't remember who y'all told, but you guys kind of already had kind of a layout of who was going to have children first, the reason for it. You said Kel, and all that. Like, what made y'all come to that choice with that discussion and everything?
So it kind of was just like a logical thing. I am a couple of years older than Cam, so I just probably would be ready to have kids before her. I'm about to be 30 this year, so like, she's 25, so at 25, I wasn't ready for kids, but at 33, I'm gonna be ready for kids. She may not be ready, at 28.
I understand shit. I'm 40. I'm 40, goddamn. You made me feel old now. I'm 40.
Really? I know.
Well, I'm 37. I just rounded off. We learned that in elementary. In elementary, you round shit off. You rounded off. Yeah,
and that's what happened. You had 35. You just started rounding it out.
Because you seem much younger than that. And I was like, wow.
Push-ups. It's the push-ups at the gym. But no, like, I know you say you got discouraged with the marriage, you know what I mean? Knowing that that's kind of what you want and everything. But that overall is kind of like the goal of plural marriages that I try to push on people. Because that's one thing. That's why I love that you touched on it. But I just wanted to keep flowing with things. But I wanted to come back to it. I love that you touched on it because I had a discussion with someone and they were like, well, why would we want to push marriage or plural marriages like that? Because as long as they understand the spiritual of it, no disrespect to the spiritual marriages either. But it's something about just going with the traditional, not having to divorce the first or pushing someone to the back and actually bring equality to that situation that you can with the marriage. People don't understand we got to treat each other as equals, even though we give each other equity, because I can't give one person what they want because they might not need as much as the next person. But in those situations where it's like marriages, children, or anything like that, where they want to be treated equal in that sense, I believe we should push forward on it. Especially this relationship, because a lot of relationships in the poly world, one divorces one to marry the other just so they can get the last name. That's silly. Why am I going to divorce you to marry this one, then divorce this one to marry this one back? I'd rather go ahead and put a system up, go out there and see how we can legalize this shit or decriminalize it, where we can actually make something like this happen. And at the end of the day, we can respect each other for the fight regardless, right? Even if we just have to do a ceremony at the end. But at the end of the day, let's do this fight together. I think that goes over a lot of people's head that are not in this situation as of yet or want to play with it, because this is some real ass shit. You know what I mean? With real ass feelings, with real ass people.
Yes, we just in love. We want to be together forever.
Exactly. And yeah. That is so cool. That's why I say, I love that you guys joined me tonight. Nobody wrote me questions in my box. I still mad at everybody on that when I tell them to do that all the time. Questions on this shit. I'm old. I got a squint and shit. I'm already boiling and sweaty, goddamn it. But I really appreciate Tony hitting the wall with me. Our shit got better. Our shit got But no, let the people know what your YouTube's gonna be. Let them know where they're gonna reach out. The days y'all have like I know y'all do Sunday Sunday wind down. I don't know. Y'all have so much shit. I be trying to keep up with that. Look, to me, if I know I'm stressed with y'all, I can't even imagine what the fuck's going through Tony's head right now. Yeah, but let the people know what they can do to find you and everything that y'all do.
So we will be launching a YouTube channel in June. It will be Poly Patterson 3. You can also find us on Instagram at Poly Patterson with 2 T's 3. And on Tuesdays, we allow our followers to send us questions. You can email askpolypatterson3@gmail.com if you want your question read and you want us to give you advice, as well as open it up to the people in the comments. Thursdays, we do our TRIAD talk. And of course, every Sunday, most Sundays, you can find Cam and Kel for Self-Care Sundays.
Yeah. I love it.
Sundays are my day off.
Those are his
days off. But I will say that we're kind of taking a break right now because we're moving. So we haven't really posted like this past week, and we probably won't. But people can catch up on all of our things until we get back on our regular scheduled program.
What y'all need to do is record y'all moving. Let the people know how it is for triads to move together. Let me tell you, 'cause it was stressful for me, goddammit.
We're like trying to figure out how we're gonna split up the closet.
Yeah. Well, make sure y'all send me all that info. So also want to ask, but I can find the catch question. Where y'all live? New Jersey. They said New Jersey. Oh, and what y'all sign before I let y'all go? Because I know people are gonna ask that.
So I'm a Cancer.
I'm a Cancer.
And I'm a Scorpio.
Oh my fucking God. You do. Oh my fuck. I'm gonna light 2 candles. Look, I'm half Spanish. I'm gonna light 2 candles for you tonight, Tony.
See, this is why we need a chill man, because like she and I need our feelings, and like people are like, why is Tony so chill? Like we need that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely. Why? I owe you a couple of drinks, Tony. Me and Tony having the guys' night out. I'm leaving everybody. We leaving everybody, goddamn. We all go shoot. Hit the wall, couple of places over here. Hey, that's my shit.
Nah, cause like the funny part was like I was just sitting on the couch and they were like, "Come record this video real quick," and then I just run upstairs and do that, and I go sit back down, and then one of my friends hit me up and like, "Yo, I saw a video of you," and I'm like, "What you mean?" Yeah, no, it wasn't good.
Look, when Dude had said, when Kevin at the stage had said, "Oh, he hit the no."
That was hilarious.
No, but I even told Charles from Atlanta Thruple, shout out Atlanta Thruple. I told Charles, I got him on live, and I was like, "Hey, when I interview you, I need the best. I need the best."
People were tearing us to shreds. They were roasting us. It was crazy.
It comes with it. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what we do, it's always going to look crazy to somebody else. But I loved it. It was very entertaining. Y'all did y'all shit. And I know Tony was so chill, so I ain't going to lie to you. When he hit the wall, that took me all the way fucking out. I said, I don't even know this motherfucker does shit like that. I don't even know. That was tea. That was tea. That was Tony. We dropped the owner. That was tea. Nah. Most definitely thank y'all for joining me, man. I had a blast. I do hope to see you guys down here.
Yeah, that's my hometown, so hopefully we'll get out there for it. So
yeah, most definitely. Stay safe. I hope you guys have a great move. Thank you guys for joining me. Much love for me. And send me that info. Send me all the info so I can put it in the description too at the bottom for everybody to see.
Okay.
Peace.
Good night.
Good night.
Man, they was cool. They was fun. Man, we hit the wall. I thank everybody for tuning in as always. I got an interview Thursday myself. I got to do it with somebody else, man. You know what I mean? I thank y'all much. And those that wanted me to touch on that video earlier that I did about, what was it again, baby? A submissive, dominant, and aggressively submissive. that is a lot of things that we deal with in just relationship in general. You know what I mean? We try to convert people and force people. We can't be doing shit like that. I will make a more in-depth video behind that maybe down the line. But as for tonight, I'm gonna drink. I gotta make a phone call with somebody, handle some business. But I thank y'all all y'all for tuning in as always. I said, little mama, everybody. But yeah. Shalom wants me to pass a message. I mean, Chantel wants me to pass a message, but she got DM. I thank y'all so much for everything. Yeah. I love you too, baby. All right.